I just realised, so you know how, like, the way they're sat is alphabetical order?
Yeah.
I just realised Katie, Kerry, Catherine all begin with K.
Oh my. That's why they were back.
Yeah.
Mind
I
blown.
literally just realised looking at it, I was like,
That's so clever. I love it.
see, I'd win Taskmaster. If that's logic, I would win.
Hello, and welcome to ForeCast, the podcast, where we cast shows and films that we're not in, but would quite like to be. If you haven't listened before or watched before, I'm Maisie.
And I am Beth.
Hello. And we're two friends who met in university and both have a passion for comedy and acting and writing and all of the above. And getting cast in things. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I did that the wrong way around, but wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Okay, yeah. So this week we are going to be.
We have a disclaimer.
Should I do that now? Okay, we'll do a disclaimer now.
Sorry, Mel.
Okay, disclaimer. Are you ready for this? So this is our podcast disclaimer. Oh, that's my pad. This is going really well already. I can't wait. Okay, so our ForeCast disclaimer. We are not professional casting directors. We are two northern actors, writers and creatives who would like to be cast in something, and as that is not currently happening, we've decided to cast and recast everything else. We want to make it clear that we are not the magic genie. We can bring back beloved actors from the dead, we can make them fall in love, and we have all the casting wishes that we like. So yeah, that basically means we can have anybody in this if we want, and we don't have to follow your rules. Yeah, this week we are looking at Taskmaster. If you this is going out on Thursday. If you're watching or listening now, hopefully, fingers crossed, it's Thursday right now when you're listening or watching, or after that point, that's allowed too. And the reason we're doing Taskmaster is because if you have been following the most recent series, and you're missing your Taskmaster fix, then we should be providing that for you tonight, because it should have been tonight. So yeah, both big fans of Taskmaster.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. Yeah, I think it's a great format, and there's a reason it's been going for so long, and it still continues to.
I love how it started as a fringe show.
Yes.
Yeah. Do they still do live Taskmaster?
Not that I'm aware of.
It would be a really good tour.
It
like,
would.
you know how Chris Ramsey and what's her name? His wife do for Shag, Marry, Avoid podcast.
Avoid, yeah.
Yeah.
No, definitely. I think this would do very well as like a touring thing. I would definitely go and see it.
Yeah.
But I think the thing is as well, it requires a lot of foreplanning.
Yeah.
So when it was done on stage, I think the comedians were given 2 years to prep. Yeah. So I think what I read earlier, I was looking into it, and they received emails over 2 years of tasks, and then that was like recorded them doing the tasks, and then that was edited and put into the live show. So obviously the live show that you actually see would literally have been what you see on TV. Yeah. So yeah, even if you go and be a live audience member, you'd probably see the same thing as you would see if you went and saw it as a live show, because it was 2 hours long as a live show as well. And obviously if you go and watch something being filmed, if you've ever been to watch a studio filming, they can go on for like 10 hours of trying to get the right shot and, you know, all that sort of thing. So it would be hard work to do that, and it might be, as much as it was adapted for TV, I think it would have to be adapted for stage again. Yeah, just to make it a slightly shorter show, maybe. And one that you can do all in one night, probably as well. So yeah, how did you find recasting this, or like dream casting this? I wouldn't say we're recasting it, I'd say we're dream casting this.
Yeah, I found this because we worked out a little theory of like the formula they've had, and they have broken the formula, the theories a little bit, but it was easy and hard at the same time.
Yeah.
Because there's loads of people I want to see Taskmaster, but it's like, who would be in for cast?
Yeah.
That makes
I
sense.
kind of I looked at what I most enjoyed about Taskmaster and who I most enjoyed on there, and I kind of split it into 3 types of people that I like to see on there, and it's the panickers.
Oh yeah, that'll be me.
Get a task, they're like, okay, we need to do this and this, and then you know when it just goes completely wrong because they've literally just gone found the quickest thing to do and been like, this will work, and it just doesn't.
And then they get handed another task.
Yeah, yeah. They think, and then I've got the infuriators. So those that get angry at what they're doing, or angry at the score they get, or realize or something, and they get angry at that. Like, those tend to be my favourites, if I'm honest. Anyone who gets mad at the task, I just find hilarious. And then my third lot of people is the confidents. So the confident people who ultimately do terribly. I absolutely love that. When someone goes in with full confidence in what they're doing, and like you said, then just gets handed another task, or they've done it really easily, and actually they just walked out of the room when they weren't allowed to, or something like ridiculous like that. And you know, you're just watching it at the end, and like the whole thing, they replay it, and they're like, so all of that 2 hours I spent doing that task was completely done for because with one thing wrong. I love that. I also, so my sort of like my list of people I want on it is fairly short, only because I think whenever they cast it, they do it really well.
Yeah.
And a lot of the people I want on the show are just funny additions I think would be really great to see. And I also went back through all the original series and picked out people I would quite like to see again.
Oh,
yeah, because yeah, well, for me, I don't think I actually got into it until like 2017, which is like series 4, I think, or 5.
Yeah.
Either way, I wasn't into it at the start, and there's people I think I've missed who, like from clips, you know, when you're seeing clips on your Facebook or whatever, and I know that I would enjoy them. You know, I should probably just go back and watch the series they were in, but also I'd like to see them again and give them another opportunity to be on it with a bigger audience. You know?
Because I like how I have not seen the Winners series, but I'd love for them to do like an all-star situation where it's not for winners. It's like,
so that because the champions, which is obviously the winners of like 1 to 4, I think it was, and then 4 to 10's coming out soon. But yeah, I was literally gonna say an all-star, like the RuPaul All-Stars Taskmaster version, the Task Stars. I think that would be great. Those that didn't get a chance to do extremely well, or even if they just picked everyone that was in the bottom, that would be great. I would love that. But yeah, so how do you want to do this? How do you want to talk about who you want on? Because I mean, obviously I have a list of quite a few from previous episodes. Let me run you through those. How's that? Yeah. And then we'll talk about people we just want in general.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
Yeah. So, season 1, and I'm talking purely from a TV standpoint. So as soon as it came onto TV.
Yeah.
So season 1, Josh Widdicombe. Now, purely because I have seen that episode where he is given a task that no one else is given.
Oh my god!
Just to count the grains of rice in a bag. And we get to watch his clip of it, and then it just stops. And he's like, wait, I'm the only one who did that. I'm like, yeah. I love that. That absolutely killed me after that.
I love that. Like, for single challenges so much. But was it Mark Watson who had to send Greg a text every single day? And then he missed a few days. And Greg was like, you get no points. And he spent like 6 months on it.
I love it. And he said he would like spend his evening, wouldn't he, thinking about what to send him, and I absolutely love that. So that for that very reason, I wanted Josh to come back so that I could see him have more of those singular moments. Yeah. Series 2, I wanted Joe Wilkinson back.
Oh, I love Joe.
Yeah. I absolutely love him in Catcher's Countdown and stuff like that. And I think it's worth mentioning here as well, right, that I am often a little bit not disappointed, but a bit gutted when you sort of expect them to be in character.
Yeah.
So if a comedian's played a very specific part in the past, I think often people expect them to come onto the show and be that very specific part, if you know what I mean. So like you expect them to act like their character did, and what you've got to consider is it's just the comedian coming on, not whoever they play. Whereas I mean, Joe Wilkinson's very good at that sort of character, but also, like a lot of characters I sort of do, and I'm sure you do, our characters are very much based on an extension of ourselves.
Yeah.
Which I think is great. And also the whole underdog thing, I love. So whenever he would win it, like whenever he does well, I watched Catcher's Countdown recently, and sorry, I watched Catcher's Countdown the other night, and he was on it, and he actually got something right and then won the point, and it was just seeing like this underdog character be like, yes, like I love that. So I think that within there, obviously he didn't win, but I mean, I think this might be why this whole getting all the people that came last to do a show would be great. I think I would love it because I do tend to enjoy the person who came last the most in a lot of it. But yeah, so do you know what it might be worth actually if I get the list up of like previous, because I do have it just here, previous people on it, and then if I like sort of read them out, and then you could be like if you like any of them.
Oh yeah, I'll get the list up.
If you go onto the Wikipedia page and then click episodes, they're all there. So series 1, Frank Skinner, Josh Widdicombe, Roshan Connerty, and Ramesh Ranganathan and Tim Key. I thought it was interesting to find out that Frank Skinner was requested by Alex, obviously who wrote and produced it, and he was a request by Alex to be definitely on it because they thought it was a good way to get other comedians to do it, but also a good audience in, which I think it worked.
Yeah, definitely.
For the guy, I do.
It sounds weird, but you know who he reminds me of? Gary Lineker. Not like in looks, but like they both have the same vibe.
They have the vibe of the stereotype that we see within Taskmaster every year.
Yeah.
Almost the whole grumpy old man type thing that we've seen throughout the series in different guises, that I think works really well in there, because again I think they're generally the infuriators within the scenario, and I find that hilarious. I really do. So yeah, so second one I said Joe Wilkinson, but obviously we've got there Doc Brown, John Richardson, Catherine Ryan, Richard Osman.
Oh, I really loved Richard Osman in that year.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think he's a very methodical person, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
So, and people like that do really well, because again, he's not a panicker, and he's not particularly an infuriator. So, I mean, he can go in there quite confidently and do this, this, and this, which often doesn't turn out well for everyone. But no, I love Richard Osman. I think he's a brilliant, brilliant person.
Have you seen House of Games?
I love it.
It's so good, isn't it?
House of Games, Answer Smash at the end is what I'm here for.
Literally, it's the only quiz show I know I can get for questions right. Yeah.
I love it, honestly. And the lineups they always have on there as well, very good, very very good. Really enjoy it. Yeah, definitely. And I think as well on this list of people, we did discuss as well how good it would be to have um a comedy pairing, like a couple on there. So
Yeah,
John Richardson and Lucy Beaumont, I think would be brilliant.
they'd be brilliant. Yeah.
Because obviously they've got their own show, haven't they? And I mean, I think she's hilarious and together, very funny.
Do you reckon they'd be a team or they'd be against each other? Which would be funnier?
I think a team would be funnier,
Yeah.
personally, because they sort of have that old couple quarrel thing, don't they, going on? And she's like, they just blame each other for things going wrong and all that sort of thing, and I love it. Like how the teams blame each other anyway, but times 100 because they're only can. The next one, I didn't actually pick anyone from series 3, and it's not because I don't like any of them, because I do. I just have no recollection of this series.
I was literally about to say the thing, like
Al Murray, Dave Gorman, Paul Chowdhury, Rob Beckett, and Sarah Pascoe. I don't have.
I've seen it. I know I've seen it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Al Murray's the one I remember most.
Yeah.
But yeah, I couldn't tell you anything.
This is why that's why I didn't pick anyone, because this is purely about me bringing back people who have memorable moments, and that I want, to do it again. And I just
They were not memorable.
I didn't remember any of it, and it's bad because I think individually I think they're all very funny people.
Yeah.
I just find it weird that I don't remember it. So I'm gonna move on. Series 4, a very good year.
I was going to say this is. I'd probably invite them all back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd happily watch them all again. Particularly Joe Lycett and Noel Fielding.
Yeah.
I think they have a very similar vibe, a very similar energy, and I enjoy them as comedians. I enjoy everything that Joe Lycett does, and Noel Fielding.
Do you watch the Spelling Bee?
Huh?
The Great British Spelling Bee.
I do, yeah.
It's very good, isn't it?
Joe Lycett on that, yes. And also, on that note, actually, one we discussed that I forgot about, Noel Fielding and Matt Lucas work really well together, obviously on Bake Off.
Yeah.
So I would love to see them as a pairing on Taskmaster.
Or him and Sandy. I was about to say Tandy. Who's Tandy?
Yeah.
Because Sandy's really smart and Noel.
Describe him. And if not, then Julian Barrett, because we know they do well together. Mighty Boosh.
He's a backup for one of my people.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't think he'd do it because he is like proper shy in real life, but
really,
he's my backup. I reckon he'd be really good.
I like it.
Him and Julia Davis, because they're married. That would be a good team.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Right, series 5. Let's have a look at that. Ashley, Bob Mortimer, Mark Watson, Nish Kumar, Sally Phillips. I think
very good series.
This is where I actually started watching properly and very much enjoyed this series.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed it. Who did I say I'd bring back though? Bob Mortimer.
Yeah, I love Bob.
And purely because, right, I think within this show, being very good at improv and stuff like that is a key element of how well someone does or how funny someone is. And I think he is a big improv person. Yeah. He does very well at being quick off the mark, but making it look effortless as well. That's who I would personally bring back, although I would watch them all again.
Yeah. I'd bring back Nish, I reckon. I love Nish Kumar so much.
He's a very funny guy, and I think he's a good mixture of the three elements that I like of the show.
Yeah.
So he does panic, he does get infuriated, and he does go in with confidence in some of them. Yeah, it's a very good one. But Bob Mortimer for me was, I think he's just hilarious anyway. When he does that posh guy on the train and stuff like that, and yeah, I think he's a funny guy. And also, yeah, he had the. Do you know what's weird actually looking at that? I would say that Bob and Mark have quite similar sort of.
Yeah.
They're a similar part within the show. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They could technically both be the angry older man. I don't think Bob was, which I think he was sort of meant to be there as. I think Mark was a little bit more frustrated with the whole thing. But yeah, it's interesting to see that. It is. Okay. Then we had a Champions of Champions. I didn't make a list on those ones because I just thought, I don't know, they weren't the series. Series 6. So we had Alice Levine, Asim Chowdhury, Lisa Tarbuck, Russell Howard, and Tim Vine. Again, a good series.
Yeah.
I thought. I picked from this one though. I just picked Lisa Tarbuck because I just love her, if I'm honest.
See, I like her, but my mum cannot stand her at all. Like when she has her show on the radio too, my mum still listens, but she's always like, "Oh, I hate Lisa Tarbuck."
I love it. I love her show. I love the squeaky toy for the dogs that she gives a shout out to. I love it. I enjoyed. I can't remember what the show's called that she does as well. Like a quiz show with comedians.
Yeah.
And celebrities. Really funny. I think it's on Dave, isn't it?
Yeah.
Either way, I'd recommend it. It's very funny. They do like lots of tasks as well, very similar to Taskmaster but different. And they all work as teams and stuff. And I think she's great on that as well. I think she's just lovely.
Yeah.
If I'm honest.
Other than my mum.
I think she did really well. Who would you bring back from that one then, Series 6?
I'd probably bring Asim Chowdhury back. I love him. I think he's so funny.
Yeah. He's brilliant. I get it. Yeah. Again, a very good series, a really good lineup, and all comedians that I know.
I didn't know Alice Levine at first.
No, actually, that's true.
I like
everyone.
Yeah.
But now I know her, and I enjoyed her part on there. 7th series. Okay. James A. Caster, Jessica Knappett, Kerry Godliman, Phil Wang, and Rod Gilbert. Now, who are you taking from there?
I love them all. I really do. I'd probably take Rod Gilbert because that man can do no wrong.
Yeah,
honestly.
I love him.
Yeah.
He's literally one of my favourite comedians, and I'm the same. I would have taken him too. I think, yeah. All that ever sticks in my mind with Rod Gilbert is he once did a bit about wanting to buy a Jackie potato from a shop. And he could only buy 2, and he just wanted 1 for his tea. And I don't know why that sticks in my head, but I absolutely cried with laughter when I watched it. And I didn't describe it very well there, but go and look at Rod Gilbert online at the Apollo because you won't be disappointed. But yeah, again, a very good series. I really enjoyed it. And we've really got to stop doing this where we just pick shows that we like everyone on and everything we're doing. Because I don't know how entertaining I don't know how entertaining it is for us to just keep going, yeah, I really like them as well.
Yeah.
Did you like them too? Yeah, well, I like them. But yeah, no, I think definitely Rod Gilbert is who I'd take there. He is definitely an infuriator as a person, which I love to watch. You know, and then the rest of them, I mean, Kerry Godlin was hilarious because she literally had that sort of thing going where she kind of she did panic a bit, which I find funny, but also she had a little bit of confidence, and it was usually false confidence in what she was doing, but still great. I would have them all again, but Rod Gilbert would be my number one there, definitely. Okay, Series 8.
Love the series. A lot of people didn't, which I was surprised by.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I love Paul Sinner. I really do. Sean Gibson, loved. Was this, I mean, this is a lot closer to when she was doing stuff like Car Share, which obviously she became really well known for. Again, I think she has a very similar energy to Kerry Godliman in a way, and Lisa Tarbuck, in that I just love them. I think they're adorable, and I'd love to watch them do these tasks every day. My personal choice was Ian Sterling.
I was going to say the same.
Yeah, which I didn't expect of myself because, I mean, I love Paul Sinner, and as much as he was my favourite on the show, watching Ian Sterling go in with so much confidence every time for it to completely fall back on him was beautiful. And it's a terrible thing to say, but watching him do that every time and it not go well every time was beautiful. It really was. Yeah. I'd assume you were the same on that one.
Yeah, I literally have nothing to add. I like Joe Thomas as well because he was Simon from
Yeah. I do. This is what I mean. It's kind of beautiful to see when actors and comedians are so much like the characters they played in real life. And obviously, we egg stuff up like that for, you know, being on stage or TV or whatever. I speak as if I've been on TV lots. But we do, and it's kind of natural to, because it is putting that front on, isn't it? Of so many comedians and actors do, in that we become this confident person or this character to sort of hide our true selves from the audience in a way. Oh, we're getting psychological now. Yeah, no, I think it was great, and I just love the fact that Paul Sinner was walking around in his dressing gown, and that's something we've not discussed: outfits.
Oh my god, yeah.
Because sometimes they have been brilliant. I would say, actually, what's it called was one of my favourite. Phil Wang's outfit was one of my favourites. Full yellow onesie was just, I mean, brilliant, really, for the whole show. And I love when they come out with these outfits and they do them such an injustice in a task. I think it's brilliant. I mean, it's like Lee Mack this series has walked around with a cycling helmet for like the whole of the show. And Daisy May Cooper last series with her cape on.
Yeah.
And all I could think every time was Edna Moe going, no capes.
No capes.
But brilliant, honestly. But yeah, Ian Sterling, just to watch him go in with all that confidence every time would be wonderful. So, Series 9. Now, David Baddiel, Ed Gamble, Joe Brand, Katie Wicks, Rose Matafeo. I brought two people back here because I honestly think they are the best pairing I have seen on this show.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
David Baddiel and Joe Brand.
Of course.
Yeah. I need them back. I just love them together. That task where they just had a brew and a sandwich for the entire task was such a mood, and exactly how I would probably, no, I say that's exactly how I'd attempt Taskmaster, but I'm too competitive and I would absolutely go for it. But yeah, they were my absolute favourite on the show, as a pairing, I think, ever. So I'd have both of them back.
I will say, this is another situation where I know I liked the series. I can't really remember it.
No.
Yeah.
There was, yeah, I get what you mean. I can't remember much of it. I literally, for most of these series, I'm literally just like, I can remember these iconic moments that I loved. And that's pretty much it. But yeah, I think that's why I went for those two, because they were my most memorable. And also we've got to recognise as well that Kerry Godliman and Catherine Ryan popped back for a couple of episodes because Katie Witz couldn't make them. Also, loved having them back.
Yeah.
I think it freaked me out a bit because I wasn't aware, and I was like, "Is this a different series I'm watching?" But yeah, it was nice to have them back. Weirdly, I didn't pick them for either of them, but again, just two comedians that I really love. So
I just realised, so you know how like the way they're sat is alphabetical order?
yeah.
I just realised Katie, Kerry, Catherine all begin with K.
Oh my. That's why they were back.
Yeah.
Mind
I
blown.
literally just realised looking at it, I was like,
That's so clever. I love it.
see, I'd win Taskmaster. If that was it, I would win.
Taskmaster, I just look on the back of everything and be like, is the answer here? Because I feel like that's just happens every time.
Yeah.
Okay, series 10. So this is the one before the one we've just watched, isn't it?
Yeah.
The first one that was sort of in pandemic times.
Yeah.
So recorded in that situation.
Mm-hmm. Well, like started, it was like half in, half out of it, which I think
it was like between
it didn't help
restrictions,
it,
wasn't it?
but yeah, I think it suffered a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed the series,
Mm-hmm.
but not as much as I expected to.
Yeah.
With who was on it. Mm-hmm. I had really high hopes for the casting on it. I didn't really know Richard Herring beforehand, or Moan Rizwan.
I knew Richard because of his podcast, but I hadn't seen him on telly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I love Daisy May Cooper and Johnny Vegas. Mm-hmm. Really love Johnny Vegas. I think he's hilarious. I thought they were a very good pairing again.
Yeah.
In a lot of stuff. The watermelon task jumps to mind.
Wait, that was her and Richard.
Huh?
Was her and Richard pairing?
Yeah, were they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Either way, Daisy May Cooper and that watermelon. Beautiful. But yeah, I think all are very good. Catherine Parkinson, I really enjoyed. Mm-hmm. I haven't actually watched IT Crowd's what she's in, isn't it?
Have you not seen it?
No. I've watched bits.
I've watched it now because of Graham Linehan's not a very good man, but yeah. But it was. I do love that show so much.
It's one I need to watch. There's so many comedies that I need to watch that I just never have. The list is so long now that I don't want to start it. But yeah, again, really enjoyed everyone on here. I think my favourite though surprised me because I expected to absolutely love Johnny Vegas in this, or I expected to absolutely love Daisy May Cooper because I know their work and I enjoy them as characters and people. But Moan was absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Have we had the same person on every single one we've said? Because I'm one.
Because they really just have been like the standout people, haven't they?
Yeah.
I think the way they argued everything with Greg and Alex on it was brilliant, and I love that. To get so passionate about this show, I think is just what I love to see. And it was the same with this series with Jamali, and every time he brought in something, and Greg was like, "This is ridiculous," because he does it on purpose, obviously, because they get so annoyed about it, and I'm like, I love it. And Daisy May Cooper was the same as well. She got the points and stuff that she got and stuff, and it just, I can't even describe it. It's just the way they argue with Greg, I think, is my favourite part. And the way he just goes, nope. Wasn't it this series as well that he'd been told by the audience that he was too nice to people at times, and he made a disclaimer at the start, and he was like, "So I'm not going to be nice anymore," which I thought was brilliant. Because it just made his point system even better. Yeah.
I love the fact, sorry, Daisy would have won if it wasn't for her prize task.
Mm,
Yeah, because she always brought in the shit prize.
yeah,
Well,
and did really well in the tasks, like surprisingly well, didn't she? I love it. I
and
really
then
do.
the final task with like Harry and Richard, and oh, that was tense stuff. Like, because it was between Harry and Richard for first place, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm. Didn't they do the drawing one as well? That was
Oh
absolute
my
fun.
god,
Just
she
absolute
got
chaos.
so angry.
It was obviously this. Every time she got so angry about what she was drawing. I loved it. I really did.
Yeah.
Um, a good series. It
Mhm.
really was. Do you know what I didn't consider actually? The New Year treat that we had this year as well,
That
because
was
I loved that. Yeah, it was really good. I forgot about it. Um,
of course I
Nicola
think
Coughlan
after
on that.
Aaron, but yeah,
I bloody love Rylan as
I
well.
love him so much.
Same. When he gets his mum on the radio, it's absolutely brilliant. And just in general, he's a bloody lovely person. He really is. Um, so yeah, loved him on that.
Mhm.
Love Nicola Coughlan as well.
Yeah.
I think she's great.
Mhm.
Again, just a really good show.
I hope
Like
they do it again.
I want a full series of it.
Mhm. Yeah.
Like there wasn't enough. I think it was actually interesting to not have it full of comedians.
Yeah.
Because as funny as comedians are,
They're
um,
comedians.
to have all these guys on there was hilarious because they're just not normal people. Obviously, they're still like celebrities and stuff, but um, you almost. I mean, I know we're not like. It's kind of a knee-jerk reaction as a comedian to be funny in a
Yeah.
situation, isn't it? Whereas these guys were just naturally very funny because they were struggling with the tasks and stuff. So it was really great to see. Um, but yeah, I want a full series of that.
Yeah.
Okay, so the latest series. Um, oh, I've just gone past it. Series 11. So we had Charlotte Ritchie, Jamali Maddox, Lee Mack, Mike Wozniak, and Sarah Kendall. Um, a little tidbit for you at first. I don't know if I said it at the start, did I? Mike Wozniak was in the original stage show, which I thought was really cool that he was back. Um, again, I didn't know Sarah Kendall before this, but
No.
I will definitely be watching her stuff now because I thought she was hilarious.
Yeah.
She actually had my standout moment of the series, which was when the moment she realised they were throwing a bag of sugar.
Yeah.
I thought that was absolutely brilliant. It was just that whole, this is sugar. I loved it. I loved it. I thought she was great in this. So yeah, I mean, a little bit of spoilers if you haven't watched the final already. Sarah won, which was very well deserved. She did very
Yeah.
well for all of this.
Mhm.
And everyone else, I mean, I found a lot of it hilarious. Mike and Lee's argument they had to have was brilliant. Um, just there's been a lot of moments throughout all of it that I just found really funny.
My
Um,
favourite moment was Lee Macken for Lou Roll. And
I forgot about that. When he just, yeah, because he's a classic case of took all this time to do the task, and then they nip back at the end and show a little clip of why he's not done it. I love it, love it. Again, he's very much one of the infuriators, isn't he?
Yeah.
He will get annoyed at the thing happening, and I love that. So yeah, so that's every series we've been through. The new one coming up, I'm excited for. They've obviously announced who's going to be in it,
Yeah.
and
Who is
it
it?
looks like a good lineup to me. It has the classic, people in there.
Yeah.
It
I'm
has the
surprised
idea.
Alan Davis hasn't done it before.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
quite a few people. When I was looking through the list, I was like, yeah, I get that they've done it. And then I was sort of look through a list of comedians to be like, who do I want on there? And I was looking at them, I was like, I'm surprised that some of these people hadn't done it already, and very surprised that some of them had. Because I was like, well, um, it's a really weird mixture of um, like celebrity level, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
there's people with other people in the series that shock me in like how well known they are working with people who are less well known. I mean, it might be a budget thing. I don't know. But it's interesting for me to see anyway. Again, I think Victoria Coren Mitchell, I do like her.
I like her. She's so odd. She's
odd, yeah.
Odd people who I love.
Yeah, I think she will be very much like the Lisa Tarbuck of the series, and like, you know, the Kerry Godliman of the series. I'll just really enjoy watching her do the tasks. And yeah, again, Alan Davis as the angry older man, I'll enjoy. And the rest of them, I mean, I can't fault any of them as comedians, really.
I don't know. Desiree?
She was on, I watched her on Big Zoo's Big Eats, I think. Pretty sure.
House of Games, if I'm on her.
Yeah, How to Games.
Yeah.
Very good on there. And
the voice of Too Hot to Handle. Sorry.
What's Too Hot to Handle?
It's for dating. It's on Netflix, and it's like these people gone to an island, but they're not allowed to like kiss or shag or do anything like that.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
It goes down, yeah. Good show.
Great. Okay, so I feel like we've discussed everyone we've had already and who we'd have back, and I feel like we should go on to who we want.
Who we'd cast.
Yeah.
Mail it in.
Yeah. First of all, myself. No, I would love to be on Taskmaster in the future. One day. That's the dream.
How do you think you'd be on Taskmaster?
Huh?
Like, you mentioned your types of people. Would you be an infuriator? Would you be a... What would you be?
I'd like to think. No, I mean, I don't think I'd like to think. I'd probably be one of the confident people who goes in with it fully and then realises at the end they've done it completely wrong. That's probably the likely one. And I'd like to say I wouldn't be, but I think in the actual room, I'd be an infuriator as well when it came to points and stuff. I'd definitely argue the toss on some things. I just can't help myself. Who do you think you'd be?
I'm too impulsive for Taskmaster. I'd do something and then straight away be stuck in like a tree or something. I just don't think. I don't think and I don't read.
Get into a really weird situation and we're all sat there watching like, how did they manage to fuck up that badly? No, I love it. Yeah, I mean, I'd love for us to be a team on there. Yeah. just getting like infuriated with each other and panicking and like trying to go in with confidence and absolutely no. So yeah. Okay, give me your first person you want on there, or give me one or two.
Okay, so the type I've gone for is like angry dad, household name type person.
Yeah.
So my backup was Julian Barrett for this category, and this one, I'm a huge fan of this man, Steve Pemberton.
You are a huge fan.
Yeah.
I think that's a good shout.
Have you seen him on quiz shows? Because he's smart.
I feel like I have. I feel like I've watched him on something recently.
Yeah.
Didn't I tell you he was on something recently?
That does sound familiar.
I feel like I did.
Yeah.
It wasn't House of Games, was it? No.
No, but he was on that. And yeah.
There was something that was on recently though, and I went, oh, by the way, this person's on this at the moment and he's very good.
Oh, that's gonna bug me now. What was it?
I definitely did, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. But anyway,
it was good.
His work, fucking amazing. Like, but yeah, he is a very, 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 very clever man.
Yeah.
So I reckon he'd do sneaky well.
Yeah.
He'd like find his way around the task.
Yeah. No, I like that suggestion. Although we did discuss a while ago, didn't we, that we'd like all of them to be on it as like a special, like all of Legal Gentlemen.
Yeah.
To do like a special as like a group. I think that'd be quite funny.
That would be funny.
But yeah, no, I agree with you there. I think it'd be very good. maybe even have a hint of getting angry if it didn't go as well as he thought. I don't know. I like the thought of it anyway. So, I mean, looking at mine, they're all pretty much just silly suggestions, if I'm honest, because I couldn't really decide. But one that I did suggest, again, as sort of a lovable, silly character, is Julie Walters, but as Mrs. Overall. I feel like I would love that. And I mean, Julie Walters in general would be funny on it. She'd be the lovable, mum.
I reckon she'd be an infuriator.
Do you think?
Have you seen that on like that clip of a Graham Norton show?
Well, yeah, when she I mean,
Yeah.
fair enough. I think she'd be a good mix, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I think she'd get stuck into it for one. I just feel like she's that kind of person, but also would just be lovely to watch at the same time. So yeah, that was one of my suggestions. Mrs. Overall would be a very welcome bonus to that. Well, another one of yours.
Okay, so I've gone. So my next category is for older woman type, even though the woman I have chosen is not old. But okay, so my backup for this, Sarah Cox. But my actual person, Diane Morgan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that. I enjoy her as a comedian. I don't know. Again, very charactery.
Yeah.
And I would hope that she'd be like that for the show as well, if she was going to do it.
I feel like she'd be a Catherine Parkinson type.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. Maybe a bit of a panicker. Or, I mean, this really depends, like you say, if she's going in character-wise, I think she plays very similar characters in that she would be a confident, but like a ridiculous confident.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like she would either go full out ridiculous confident or be a bit of a panicker, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. So to add to that character, that category of the older woman, the motherly type, someone I would love to see on that show, Miriam Margolyes.
Yeah.
I think she would be hilarious. I think she'd be very similar to Jo Brand, in that I can very much see her having a brew while she does a task. But I think she would be absolutely brilliant. Again, a stuck-in kind of person. And I think that's really a requirement of the Taskmaster, isn't it? If you get stuck in, it can go really well. I love it. Yeah. Something else I really would be interested to see within the show is a special where Greg actually did some of the tasks. I think he would personally be one of the best person we could have as the angrier older man stereotype.
Yeah, he would definitely be an infuriator.
Yeah.
But I also can't see him doing it. I don't know.
As much as I want him to, he very much suits being the Taskmaster. But I would love to see him getting as infuriated about this as possible. And then we'd have to have someone back that he really clashes with as the Taskmaster for him.
Who?
I mean, Josh Widdicombe would be funny.
Yeah.
To like having to tell him, "Oh, you've got no points." Or Mark Watson, like we said, because they had those moments with him.
I reckon Tim Key would be a good Taskmaster.
Who?
Tim Key.
Yeah. Although I think he's very similar to Alex in personality, like comedy personality. So possibly that could be a really funny duo of them two getting at him. I think that could be quite funny. But yeah, I'd love to see Greg do a task just to see him get very frustrated with it. So yeah, who's your others?
Okay, so my next one, and they have broken this pattern this year, which I'm very happy about. Not happy about. This, but every series, other than the upcoming one, there's only been one Black Asian member.
Yeah.
So I've
Not
gone.
even any in the first couple of series either,
Yeah.
which is just ridiculous. Especially it seems when we've been going through, some of our favourite people have been,
Nish, come on.
yeah, like it's ridiculous. But I mean, great that they've changed that for this series. Yeah, sorry.
Time 12 series in. So my backup, Jonathan Mayer, I reckon his campness would work really well.
Yeah, brilliant comedian.
But for one I've gone for, Sunil Patel.
Yeah.
Because slowly coming up, he's probably been doing it for years. Yeah. With like the Nat West advert and stuff like that. And he'd be, I can't tell if he'd be an infuriator or not, but I feel like he'd be quietly confident.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, I keep thinking about this, and I'm like, when I've seen comedians that I thought would be very different on the actual show, they've been complete opposites. Oh, hello. They've been complete opposites to what I thought they'd be. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I don't know. I think a little bit of an infuriator, but yeah, confident going in, maybe.
Maybe petty. I feel like he'd be really petty with.
Yeah. Which I love. Some of the best people have been petty on that show.
Yeah.
I think that it's always the best when they argue with Greg and he's just like, nope. That's my favourite moments. Okay. How many more have you got?
I've got 2 more categories.
Okay. Well, okay. So someone else that I would really like to see on there. I honestly think that my suggestions are so ridiculous purely because all the comedians that I love have been on already.
Yeah.
When we've been through and talked about who I'd want back, it's purely because I just want to see more of them. And I love them all. But someone who hasn't been on that I think would do very well, even if it was just a special, is Rob Brydon.
Yes. Oh my. Yeah.
Because he's more like travel shows and stuff, hasn't he, as well? And I think we've seen a lot of Rob Brydon as Rob Brydon, and it helps in knowing what he'd be like on the show. And I think he's just a very funny person in general, but also would get quite frustrated. Or I think what he might do is frustrate other people because he's not that into it. Like, he doesn't care about the results, so it might actually be more frustrating to watch that. Yeah. Which I think I would love.
I'd love a full series of him, but he'd be really good in a New Year's special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Maybe just a Gavin and Stacey special would be very fun. Okay. Yeah, I think I would very much enjoy that. Just have Pam go around, oh my Christ, every time. I just love the drama. Yeah. So yeah, okay. Do you want to give your last couple? Or one more?
So my next category is the young actress type. Yeah. Back up, Natasha Dimitriou, who I love so much. What We Do in the Shadows was one of my lockdown favourites. But for the person I've gone for, B.T. Edmondson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I see that. I see she's very much within that archetype that they have so often on there. So I see that. I do.
And not just because she was in the show, Josh, but I feel like she'd be very similar to Josh Widdicombe.
She does similar to her dad. I think he would be funny on there as well as the older man character. And I would say a similar sort of personality type is between the two of them. So I definitely get where you're coming from with that. I think it'd be in the same sort of area as, I mean, like we've had this series, she'd be very similar to Charlotte, I think.
Yeah.
In the way that she sort of comes across, but less sort of, not confident, but like wants to get the task done.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what we get quite a lot with the young actress type. And a bit panicky as well, is what we usually do there, which is fun. Okay, so I clearly have not gone with the same sort of format you have, because my next suggestion oh, I love it, is I would like to see all of the Schitt's Creek characters in character on the show. Purely, I mean, I think they'd be hilarious.
Alex!
But I need David and Moira as a team in a task that is folding the cheese. And just, oh god, because like, obviously, if you don't know what I'm referring to, Schitt's Creek, there's an episode where David and Moira are making, it's like making enchiladas or something, aren't they? Yeah. Either way, they have to fold in the cheese, and neither of them understand what that means, so they're literally just doing a back and forth of just fold in the cheese. And he's like, what does that mean though? And
you fold it in.
Yeah, and the simplest of tasks like that, to see them doing a full task just on Taskmaster, I think would be absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
And in my life, to be quite frank. So yeah, that was one of my suggestions.
But they literally fit like the casting types as well, like
angry older man,
yeah,
young actress,
yeah,
the motherly one, and I mean, young funny comedian. It fits so well, and it just occurred to me, and I was like, I need to see that.
Yeah.
I need that in my life. So yeah, who's your final person?
In the final category, Eddie White Boy, but I have tweaked it a bit. But my backup options, Simon Bird from In Between Us. But I told my brother I was gonna record this podcast all about Taskmaster, and he suggested Greg James. Yeah,
I can see that.
But who I have gone with, and it's two people, but because I feel like they could slip in one or the other, Jade Adams or Kerry.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'd love to see both of them on there.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of say as well, I think Greg James would have a very similar energy to Ian Sterling.
Yeah.
I think they would be very much on that confidence, annoyed when it goes wrong sort of thing. Jade Adams and Kiri, we know they work well together as well, so if we could have both of them, even better. Obviously in a musical and stuff like that, great pairing. I would love to see both of them on there.
Kiri, they'd definitely be infuriated, both of them.
Yeah, but also, I mean, a little bit of confidence in there as well, going in there, but infuriating when it wasn't going right. I don't know. I kind of see Kiri might be a little bit of a panicker.
Yeah,
just a little bit.
I think Jade would be more of a panicker than Kiri.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah.
But I would love to see them both on there. I think they do very well. But yeah, I'm kind of worried to give you my final one now.
Oh my god.
Because I'd love it. I'd absolutely love it. Okay, so my final pairing, and again, a reminder that we can bring back anyone we like and have anyone we want on here. I would love to have the Chuckle Brothers.
I mean, You're not wrong.
The Mick, and I'd love it. I'd absolutely love it. It'd take me right back to my childhood, and then I just imagine them doing a task and going, to me, to you.
No. I tell you who also would be good. Dick and Dom.
I was literally thinking that in my head before I said it. Like, any of these comedy duos would be absolutely hilarious. I mean, Reeves and Mortimer, if you got Bob back, would be great. Again, probably Wild League of Gentlemen would be good. I did have a slight think of other duos, and I thought maybe, what are they called? The two American that write amazing. That write amazing things. That wrote Bridesmaids.
Kristen Wiig and Annie Mumolo.
Well, yeah. I think there's so many. I think that was something as well. Is it would be great to have more. I mean, like American people on there, or is she Australian? That we've just seen.
Oh, Sarah.
Yeah.
I think she's Australian. And Rose, New Zealand.
Yeah.
Taika Waititi.
Sorry.
Taika Waititi would be so good. Do you not? He directed What We Do in the Shadows for Legend. Had a threesome with Rita Ora and Tessa Thompson recently.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look this person.
You'll know who. You'll know.
Yeah,
you'll know.
I'm so terrible with names. It's why I always worry about who you're gonna say, because you have such a better knowledge of people, and I'm just sat there like,
yeah.
Let's Google them. But yeah, no, I think we've had some interesting people there. And I would love to see all of them back on it again. I really would. There's just been, I think, there's been some such iconic moments as well. Which again, it was great to see that they just did the whole the thing over the summer as well last year, where they did tasks online on Twitter and stuff, and Alex sent out tasks in the UK. Yeah, he sent out tasks on Twitter and stuff, and then they put a compilation together that people from around the UK sent in, and then Greg rated them and like gave a number 1 and number 2, I think it was. And yeah, I loved that. I loved everyone getting involved, and it really does sort of show that anyone could be on this show, really. As much as we have a lot of comedians on there. Like we said, the New Year special, when it wasn't comedians, was absolutely hilarious. So yeah, I look forward to hopefully having the Chuckle Brothers on there, or Dick and Dom. But yeah, no, I'm really happy with the people that we've come up with there. I think it's some really great choices. And I really think we should pitch the idea of the Losers of Losers show, because I think that would be great. And I'd love to see all of them do it. So yeah, great chat. If you disagree with us or agree with us on anything we've sort of come up with today, then please feel very free to message us or to put it up, and we'll we'll read it. I'm not sure what else we'll do with it, but we're excited to hear your opinions, because we have lots of them. But yeah, it'd be great to know what other people think and who else should be on there. If we've forgotten anyone, or there's anyone that you can think of, would be great. Please don't just suggest yourself like we did. That's our job. But yeah, thank you for listening or watching, whichever one you did. Thank you to Meg, our producer, for editing this down and putting it up for us and putting up with us. We hope you've enjoyed. Any final words, Beth?
Casters, please.
Please, that would be grand. We'd love that. All right, well, thank you very much for listening. This has been ForeCast, the podcast. I've been Maisie, and it's been lovely chatting to you. Bye.